from a novel called The Western Capitol Hill that I wrote. It's an ebook right now. Hey, good to see you. It takes place in Denver, a Western Capitol Hill. It's set at the Capitol, and it's set in the neighborhood of Capitol Hill. And there's a bill that's introduced at the Colorado State Capitol by a religious right legislator from Colorado Springs, and it's opposed by a transgendered real estate broker on Capitol Hill, and they have lobbyists on each side. Lobbyists know each other, of course, and so there's conflict there. Now, there is a dragon in the book. The Denver dragon was birthed with the first gold strike in Denver, and the dragon hovers above Denver and absorbs all the greed and miserliness that any good city will accumulate. So that's our beast, the Denver dragon, birthed in the 1800s. He has orange skin and blue eyes. This is called The Brown Cloud. I'll read just a few short pieces from the book. The brown cloud. Something smells funny here. And no, in this instance, it's not a headless corpse. A band of pollution clings to the city like a dirty ring that can't be scrubbed away from the inside of a toilet bowl. Particulates, smog hovering in place. The brown cloud it's called. The brown cloud seeps into the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception on East Colfax, slowly killing devout Catholics, those kneeling Latino laborers, older Irish couples in ancient Sunday clothes, fallible priests. The brown cloud slowly kills the joggers and dog walkers wandering into Cheeseman Park on Capitol Hill, along East 11th Avenue, slowly kills the boys who cruise together in clusters, the desperate men who drive their cars round and round this roadway, hoping to satisfy themselves with some kind of unsafe release. In the end zone at Investment Stadium at Mile High, the brown cloud slowly kills some of the largest masses of bruiser muscle on the planet, and masses of lumpen asses in the seats. The brown cloud slowly kills the fans cheering or cursing at their TVs, the frenzy audible from apartment buildings all along the streets on Capitol Hill. Garrett notes, always a great time to go shopping at the supermarket. Game on! Face it, at times, this town stinks. At least it does in winter. There's an odor of livestock in the air during cold, overcast days. It owes the cow pie. It's hard not to think of Denver as still being a cow town, as locals affectionately nicknamed it long ago, when it smells like a barnyard. It calls to mind those days when a cow, owned by a rich man named Cheeseman, used to graze on Cheeseman's property beneath the state capitol. In order to maintain a low tax rate on his parcel near downtown, Cheeseman wrangled a lone bovine onto it, claiming his prime urban real estate as agricultural land. His cow, taking its odoriferous dumps near the State House, enjoyed the grassy swath, and its fame spread among Denverites and visitors alike. Dragon farts. That's what Palladio calls the smell in winter. Dragon farts. This is called lobbying for dollars. Now, you may be an ordinary tax-paying Coloradan who's just scraping by. Or you might just happen to be a multinational corporation with billions in assets. Either way, when issues come up that could impact you, and in particular your livelihood, you're sure as hell going to want your opinion heard by your elected officials in this most representative of representative governments. If you can afford it, you hire a lobbyist to plead your case before the state legislature. Who doesn't need a lobbyist these days? School districts hire them. So do towns, cities, and counties. The agricultural industry, pharmaceutical companies, oil and natural gas businesses, breweries, insurance companies, associations of retired, colored, or diseased people, and their doctors. Even lawyers who provide lobbying services need to hire lobbyists. The Speaker of the House speaks with a forked tongue, says tribal leader Ira Redfeather. Yeah, Ira, we've got enough votes secured for the gambling expansion bill to pass, Mighty reassures him. And there's not a damn thing Representative O'Grady can do at this point to derail all our hard work. Assuredly, Indian chiefs need lobbyists too. This next piece from the book is called Natural History, and this is going to have as a character the legislator who introduces that bill at the State House that causes ire on Capitol Hill. And this takes place in Colorado Springs. It's called Natural History. A room filled with small tables and chairs. A poster on the wall says, Jesus rocks! Another, Bible kids rule! The window looks out on a strip mall's Burger King sign. Who in here believes in dragons? A young boy in the Sunday school class raises his hand. The other children look around at each other, too worried to say anything that might offend their teacher. Their elder, their legislator, doing his godly work for them at the State House in Denver, that Gomorrah to the north, the venerable Alba Huberman. The boy with his arm extended detects the uncomfortable vibrations within the room. He lowers his hand back to his desk. Several of the children picture the chastening instruments, like the wooden spoons and the coat hangers that their parents punish them with at home whenever they disobey an order, let alone an orthodoxy. Dragons actually existed, Huberman continues. They were a type of dinosaur. Were dinosaurs on Noah's Ark? Asks the young boy. The rest of the kids laugh. Now, Huberman continues, it may sound funny, but as a matter of fact, dinosaurs were on Noah's Ark, just like all the other pairs of animals. How did they fit on the ark if they were so big? Asks an animated girl with yellow pigtails and large glasses. She's wearing a t-shirt that says, abortion isn't nice. She pictures a cartoon brontosaurus's head sticking out of a porthole in the ancient vessel. Well, Noah might have taken just dinosaur eggs. Then the eggs hatched when they were on land. Or he might have taken them when they were still young, like you kids. Actually, most dinosaurs weren't very large at all. Huberman gestures with a downward-facing palm, right around the height of a large dog. To reinforce his point, Huberman shows them a painting from the Middle Ages depicting St. George standing firmly atop of and penetrating his lance into a worm of a serpent as it scowls menacingly. See, this here saint didn't have much trouble disposing of this dragon, this vessel for Satan. The kids' expressions betray their disappointment at the diminutive stature of dinosaurs. Didn't dinosaurs live in prehistoric times? Asks a newer student. He's a bookish youngster wearing round glasses. The other kids have nicknamed him Harvey Pitter-Patter. Despite this allusion to pop culture, most of their parents haven't allowed them to read Harvey Pitter-Patter books or watch any Harvey Pitter-Patter DVDs. Hatton Huberman warned them repeatedly that the series in all its mediums contains occult and anti-Christian elements that could portal a reader or viewer directly to Hades. 1 minute you're in your family den, and then the next minute you're doing the breaststroke as your lips melt in the lake of fire. No, Huberman patiently tells the wiseacre of a kid. He dons a smile built upon a graven foundation. The simple fact is that there weren't any prehistoric times. The whole history of the world is spelled out in the Bible. God created the world in 6 days. On the 7th day, he rested. After all, God loves the Denver Broncos too. And that was only about, some 6,000 years ago. We're all descendants of Noah and his family, who were related, of course, to Adam and Eve. Not Adam and Steve, blurts out an older boy with a shock of orange-red hair and piercing blue eyes. That's right, Glenn, Huberman says. But let's stick to this subject at hand, and please don't yell. Otherwise, you won't be joining us on our upcoming field trip. Huberman plans on taking a busload of children on a field trip to the Denver Museum of Nature and Science in City Park. There, he'll directly confront the messages that the kids have been receiving from secular society regarding creation, regarding Genesis. He'll teach the students that a godless evolutionist had written the exhibit's scholarly texts which are wrong regarding the origins of geological formations and the timeline upon which animals have first appeared. He'll discuss how God created dinosaurs on the 6th day, along with Adam. He'll mention how dinosaurs are referred to in the Bible as leviathans or behemoths. Look at those mountains, he'll tell the kids as he points out the excellent view of the Front Range rising in the distance above Denver's downtown. Do you think all that majestic work happened just by chance? Well, that's what these here scientists mistakenly believe. He's been skimming a photographic essay mixed with biblical text entitled The Lord's Creations, Colorado Springs' Garden of the Gods, and Pikes Peak, and another tome called How to Win an Argument with a Darwinist from the church's library. Just brushing up on my knowledge, he tells himself. I'm glad the dragons don't exist anymore, says one girl. They scare me. Dragons might not roam our streets with us at present, says Huberman, but Satan still does. And he takes on all kinds of forms in his effort to deceive. Satan steals identities, just like a lot of thieves today. He steals souls and never returns them. Could Satan still appear to someone as a dragon? Asks a 13-year-old with wavy black hair and pale skin. He has surreptitiously been playing the game Dungeons and Dragons at his cousin's house. I don't see why not, Huberman considers. In fact, I'd say as an educated guess, it's highly likely. The youth begins to quake with anxiety. Is there some kind of evil mental virus like AIDS that you can get from just playing a game? He can't stop thinking about it now. My daddy says he once felt the devil's presence on a train while traveling through Glenwood Springs, adds another girl demurely. Her father had once been a noted psychedelic country rock performer before finding the Lord and transitioning into the role of a guitar-strumming church deacon. It spoke like a train whistle. Most educational, says Huberman.
Thank you. Last one.